860. So Carescape R860 is super easy to navigate. And if you wanna look at the screen, there is no.
Can you close the slide?
We will close all.
All? لا خلاص.
So it's menu free. Yeah, there is a small menu over here, but it's not related to the navigation. If you want to navigate the system, it's basically you have the present, and you have the future, and you have the past. So with the present, it means anything is related to the patient right now. Tidal volume, RR, their pressure support, their plateau, peak pressure, all of that, these are present. And you do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different icons. You can view the data in a different way. You can view it as a basic as this. If you go to the second one, you will have the same data with waveforms. If you go to the third one, you will have more data, smaller, but with longer waveforms. And you could go in a such way and make it even more interesting. This one has loops and more information. If you want to customize this side, it's only customizable through this side. You could customize it and you could add many useful tools to see, like the mechanical spontaneous, which is over here, which tells you how much effort is made, the patient is making, and how much the ventilator is making generally. So, continuing from this point, you could also have, with the last display, all the data inside the ventilator. So basically, this is the present. If you want to go to the future, it's expandable. Those squares, if you hit the square, it's gonna expand, as you can see. And if you hit this one in the middle, the future gonna close and the present gonna expand and open. If you wanna go to the past, you basically hit this one, it's gonna expand. Or there is another way, like your smartphone, basically. How you go through apps is basically, this is your past. If you wanna go to the future, to the past, to the present, sorry, you just swap it from the right to the left, this way. Maybe there is some water over here. Okay, yeah. So you swap it from the right to the left, and you do have your measurement, which is the present. You want to go to the future, you swap it from the right to the left, and you will go to the future, which is your SPT measurement, and also your loops. If you want to go back, you could go back by swapping from the left to the right. Now we'll be talking about the past. So basically the past has 72 hours of trends.
Excellent.
And those trends are easily to navigate. Like some ventilators, or let's say if you have a big book of records, and you want to see a certain time of period, you're going to spend a lot of time looking for that information at that particular time. But with this one, it's super easy. How? If you look at this period at the top, this is the master cruiser, which control the whole 3 days. Okay? So you decided you want to go to 15th of December, you want to go to 14th of December or 13th of December. Because we don't have data, we cannot move this one along the side like we want. But as long as you have a window or set a window, there is a blue color over here. This blue color represents the interval. So our interval is 2 hours. This interval is expandable over this thing. So it's like a zoom in 2 hours in the 16th of December at 12:13, starting from 12:13. So it will give you from 10:13 to 12:13. and you could easily navigate through that. And when you navigate, you will see the minute ventilation, RR, peak pressure, entitled CO2 if you have entitled CO2. But in case of neonate, it doesn't work with the entitled CO2, it doesn't work with the neonate. And also peak pressure, the PEEP, and many other settings, compliance and airway resistance, very important values to assess and evaluate. Not only this, because the first page is for trends, so any trends gonna be displayed here. If you want a pneumatic number with the second one, you will have the mode of ventilation at that particular time. You will have the measurements, all of the measurements and all of the alarms. Okay, well the third one, it will display all the alarms for you. So you could simply go either through the past or by hitting the icon at the top. We do have, lastly, the screen, the camera icon. So what is the benefit from that? Basically, if you hit this one, you are saving data. You can save up to 10 screenshots. As you can see, 1, 2 now. This is 3, 4. If you have 11, then it will erase the first one, so you total of 10. Okay. But you could tell Mishari, hey Mishari, you told us that we have already 72 hours of everything. Why do we need a screenshot? So screenshots is something additional. It will give you, let's say something happened to the patient, you don't know what's happening and you want to do a screenshot until the doctors or the RT comes and figure out what's going on. It can be very helpful. Waveforms are included in this and much more data. As you can see, breathing time, IA ratio, everything would be included. And all the settings. This is basically the past. We did talk about the future. So as we said, how we go from the past to the present? You swap from the left to the right.
From the left to right.
Oh, that's good. No, there is water.
Water?
Yeah. Maybe I need to do calibration for your circuit, for your screen.
Need to? Tissue?
Yeah. Yeah, if you have any issue with the screen, you feel it's not been working with you, try to clean it first. And because any drop can
better to make look first. Make a look first before cleaning, or no problem.
make a look, yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Make
yeah,
a
you
look.
don't wanna increase something. Yeah, so yeah, do screen lock, then you could clean it, then put it back.
Oh, sige.
Should work with you.
Ha? Oo.
Maybe.
Meron din
Gloves.
kami.
Well, I could do. We could also do a calibration, touch calibration. So if you are used to touch the screen with the gloves, do the calibration with the gloves, and the other way around.
More sensitive.
Yeah. Okay. Here is the future. With the future, we have the SBT trial. You could evaluate your rapid shallow breathing index, the RR of the patient, see the trends. Is the patient trends going up toward tachypnea, or is the patient towards steady generally? And so you could understand a lot about the patient. I remember sometimes you need to sit beside the patient or to understand many things, but now with those technologies, you could know a lot about the patient just by standing beside the ventilator for 2 to 5 minutes. And here is the loop. So basically, as we said, you could evaluate the upper inflection point and lower inflection point, decide if your beep is good at this stage, or you still are not getting good compliance and you want to improve it. Basically, it gives you very good idea, and if you could divide volume over pressure, then you are getting a compliance basically. So this is how you evaluate your compliance, is just basically seeing how much you are getting from pressure, and you divide 2.5 divided by 0.3, then you are getting your compliance exactly, and you know if the patient is still
stiff lung
stiff
or
or needs more. Here is our compliance at this level. Peak pressure, even the compliance. Wonderful. Now, we'll be talking about some tools that help you in managing the patient. So, when you press menu, there is a procedure. And as you can see, first one is to do manual breath. You could put the manual breath to be quickly accessed on the screen. With the neonates, it's very commonly used to have.
not so.
Not so much here, huh? Okay, but if you prefer to use it, it's over here. If not, then you can just remove it. Here is the FI2 button. If you press it, it won't give you 100%. You can control that. You can just add plus 25 or plus 5 only. So you do.
A degree which you need to increase oxygen to
Yeah.
that 2 minutes.
For 2
And
minutes.
the duration also is controlled, or it is fixed duration 2 minutes?
Duration 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. But you could cancel it. Cancel it this way. Okay, inspiratory hold, it measures your plateau and static compliance. You could change the inspiratory hold time. The longer the inspiratory hold, the more accurate the measurement. It did measure it very quickly, and expiratory hold will measure the auto beep. We do have also auto beep button. If you use it, it's more, let's say the expiratory hold will hold the expiry time immediately, next breath. But with this one, no, it will work automatically. See, okay, patients took inspiratory breath really quickly. Maybe the next breath we're gonna maintain expiratory hold. So it's like a bit computerized. It helps to just choose the best period and calculate the auto beep. Lung mechanics. We have a P0.1. Did we talk about it? P0.1. So P0.1, it evaluates the neurological status of the respiratory drive. Usually with head injury patients, they tend to have very rapid and quick breath, deep and quick and fast respiratory effort. So basically P0.1, it measures the first 0.1 seconds of the inspiratory time. If it's very strong, then central issue is suspected. If it's not high, it should be like around 0, then patient's okay. Negative respiratory force, it basically assesses the muscle strength with the patient being able to take a good breath. And how you could do it is basically as soon as the patient expires, you hit the play button at the beginning of expiration, and then you could measure the negative respiratory force. Usually here, because it's with this lung, Let's try. Okay. So minus 26. Vital capacity needs adaptation basically. Someone who can coordinate effort. It's deep expiration, then
Jeep.
very strong inspiration, and then you could measure the vital capacity. Vital capacity is 10 to 15 mils per kg, the normal. And if you want to add anything, you could assign favorite. Then let's say you do want a manual breath, you want to increase O2, inspiratory hold, and expiratory hold. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. We'll add one more. We could add, for example, lift, and it will be all over the top right. Nebulization. If you have Irigen, you could decide how much medication you want, and then press play. Irigen has to be connected. Pneumatic. If you have the small volume nebulizer, regular, and you connect it to the circuit, you have to see how much the flow meter, and put it here. Let's say you are using 8 liters per minute or 5 liters per minute. You have to put this one at 5 or 4, for example. In this case, neonates maximum 4. So we are using 4 flow from the flow meter, and you put it over here. What it does basically, it does subtract 4 liter. Then what it does, it makes the measurement of tidal volume, phi2, all of that accurate, and there is no issue with it.
So we're going to attach these pneumatics.
Pneumatic, you could attach it
There.
in the inspiratory side here. But Irigen did a different thing. They did connect it over here at this side, and it was very beneficial. It's totally up to you. What do you feel comfortable with? You should go with it.
We have this connection.
The connection of
Irigen?
Irigen and
Irigen, I'm not quite sure if you
Ma'am,
have it
you
or
have
not,
the
but if you didn't
Irigen.
have it, the supplier of Irigen here,
Tanong lahat ng mga support.
ممكن أعطيكم رقمهم تتواصلون معهم
تمام
وممكن يقدموا لكم مجانا.
تمام ممتاز.
This is for last one is for sectioning. So we are doing open section.
Close.
Yeah. If you are
Some
doing-
patient we need to close on.
If you are doing closed, then you have the phi2 over here. But if you are doing open, you can use this one. Okay. If you disconnect, you know this is heated circuit. So if you disconnect, flow, there is no flow. You see. So if there is flow, what would happen? A lot of water comes to your face and infection and a lot of problems. So it basically stops it from throwing flow at your face and at the caregiver. Then when you finish that period, it goes to it's a pre-oxygenation and post-oxygenation period. And it makes your suctioning easy, no alarms, nothing, Something very important to mention, since we are in the neonatal area. Yeah, sounds. Yeah. So if the sound is too noisy, you could decrease the alarm light brightness. You could decrease the alarm sound to 1. You could make, there is a high alert alarm, very noisy, for pressure. So you could turn it off also. You could go off. They like to work with no noise or little bit noise. And it can be very high as 5. As I بتتأكدوا basically. And did I talk about the alarming? So alarms is over here. If you want to do, okay, alarm. If you want to do fix the alarm, you do just auto limit, and it will fix the alarm for you, except for the peak pressure. You have to set it manually because this thing will prevent, power trauma and these things. But if you want to just auto limit everything, you hit that one twice, and it will fix the upper and lower by 10%, 20%. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for listening. If you have any question, please.
جزاكم الله خير.
Yeah,
Question you?